Hello everyone, this is Highlander from MTG Cardsmith doing another custom Magic the Gathering card review. And today we have our special guest with us, Island Snake. Say hi.
Hello.
Oh, nice, I like it. Okay, and we have a card by TGBC from his set Corrinella. So what do we got here? We got Krevonia, Head Librarian.
Okay.
For 3 and a blue, it's a legendary creature, human advisor at rare. And this is a 1/4. So a 4 mana 1/4 at rare. Stats not great, so let's see what the text says. Mech Augment. I see. So we had Bio Augment, and now we have Mech Augment. But it doesn't actually say what it does.
Well, I don't think it does anything, right? So it's probably the same as I think all augments share the text from the bio augment, and this is just a mech augment. So it's just like
Yeah, but then at that point, just call it Augment.
I suppose there could be things that like interact specifically with mech augments, but I'm assuming the underlying mechanics are the same. Though it is more expensive, which is this is the first time we see a variant in total mana cost.
Yeah. Let's see. Whenever a creature you control is augmented, scry 3, then draw a card. Okay. Hold on. You with the hoodie. Wait, hold on. I gotta do a voice. You with the hoodie. Why do I sense a Grellian's presence coming from you, even though this plane's soul has been trapped on our sister plane when our original plane was split in two? Well, that's an anime line if I've ever heard one.
Yeah. Also, I don't know why you gave her that voice.
Oh, was that her?
He doesn't have a hoodie. I think she's talking about another character.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Sorry. Hey, guys, listen, it's 2022. Gender roles are fluid, all right?
That's true.
Okay.
Also, advisor? Is that?
Yeah,
So
she advises you what books to get, you know? Just
Well, I
like her.
think so I think this is kind of like I'm not sure if this was it's like a setting thing, but like in Persona you'll have like your navigator. So like she's like I think advisor is kind of like her like like role where she's probably like the person that sits back and gives like the team like intel and stuff. So I guess that makes
Well,
sense.
she's a librarian. She advises you what books to get. Now, I think the main reason he used advisor. This is actually funny because I recently made a librarian card as well, and I don't think I used it. I think I just left out the like quote unquote class type. Often you'll see like race class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like human advisor, human warrior. In my case, I think I just left this out. I just went for Sphinx, but. I think advisor works for a librarian. I think the reason they picked advisor is because it's an existing magic type.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And adding new magic types is not a thing that they do very often. So,
Is that what symbol? What's the mana cost of the mech? Is that colorless?
yeah, okay.
White?
So, all right, I'm gonna get on my complaint train again. So
Okay.
this is so. In one set at some point they so remember those Eldrazi that I was showing you? They made a set with Eldrazi in it that introduced this mechanic of like these colored mana these uncolored mana symbols. And basically what this means is that you can pay 4 of any mana and 2 of the mana has to be coming from a source that generates only colorless mana. So, like, an artifact produces colorless mana, for example, right? There's some lands that produce colorless mana.
I like the idea.
Well, yeah, I mean, here's my thing. This is, like, pretty obnoxious to try and actually, like you in a normal deck of Magic, let's just ignore Commander for a moment. I know that these are probably all Commander cards, but ignoring Commander, in a normal like limited deck, for example, like this is like impossible to actually cast. Like you'd have to try really hard to be able to find ways to generate colorless mana. In a constructed deck like Commander or a Standard, it's a little bit easier because you can put some artifacts in there to help you, like, you can sort of build around it. That being said, I'm not a big fan of this mechanic unless it is a recurring mechanic in the set, right?
So there needs to be like a colorless mana land in this set, or some way to generate that mana.
No, absolutely. And in fact, in the set where Wizards made this a thing, they introduced a basic land type called Wastes that produced colorless mana, so
Perfect.
that you could do it. Yeah. So I personally don't like the colorless mana requirement unless it's like a theme of the set, right? But as just like a one-off, I'm not a big fan. So anyway, moving ahead here. Whenever a creature you control is, I'm gonna reword this one as well. This one doesn't need too much, but okay. So this is whenever a creature you control becomes augmented, then do the thing. Scry 3, then draw a card. Okay. So okay, I mean this
synergy with the other cards now.
Yeah, this is a nice little like augment lord. I like this card overall. It's the effect is definitely powerful. Scry 3 and draw a card is very powerful. I will say, it kind of bothers me that she has an augment and the only thing it does is trigger her own clause here. I wish this gave her some sort of, again, like with
permanent thing.
Yeah, like the whole point of augmenting a creature is that you augment it.
Yeah.
You know, it gets an augmentation of some kind. And here, she doesn't get an augmentation of any kind. You know, so it's like, so here's a couple ideas you could potentially do for this card. So one thing is you could make this card a little bit better, statted a little bit stronger initially. So like let's say we make this like a this is a rare, right? So let's say we make this like a 3/4, okay, and then you give her okay, we'll stick with the mech augment for now. Mech augment of 6. And then you say, whenever Krevonia or another creature becomes augmented, or another creature you control, becomes augmented, scry 3, then draw a card. This ability triggers only if Krevonia is augmented, something like that. So you sort of gate this behind the augment ability.
I think, yeah, that could be a way. I something that popped in my head that I think that while she's augmented, she should like reduce the cost of augmenting other creatures.
Oh, hey, that's a great idea. Sure,
that would be what I would do here.
Sure, that's a perfectly fine idea. So like you could have this. And then you could say, as long as Krevonia is augmented, augment abilities you activate cost 2 less to activate, or something like that.
Yeah, right. And you could even limit it to mech only if you wanted to like be more flavorful.
Sure. I think if you want to be flavorful, mech augment should make it something an artifact in addition to its other types.
I agree.
I mean, I think that because
otherwise flavor text, and then I also feel like the first time a subtype of the super type shows up, it should have the full text. Like we're just assuming the mech augment works the same as the bio augment. There's no we don't know that for sure.
Right. Currently, I haven't seen any reason to distinguish between mech and bio augment other than for flavor reasons. And I don't think that's a good enough reason. I think, at least currently with the cards we've seen, I think it should just be called augment. Just augment.
Yeah, right? I kind of agree.
And then you can use the card itself to represent what kind of an augmentation it is. You know, you can do it through flavor text, you can do it through mechanics, you know, whatever. But you know, the art helps too. Like she's got like a robot arm, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. And so far, there's been no mechanical distinction, and there are very interesting mechanical distinctions you could make. I
yeah,
mean, oftentimes in cyberpunk, bio augmentation and cyberware are very different, and they have different like negative effects, and so. But none of that has been really because also this card affects bio augmented cards anyway, right? Because
yeah,
its effect
correct.
doesn't care. So if its effect doesn't care, then I don't think it should care.
Yeah.
It's like.
No, I agree. Unless, and again, we haven't seen anything yet that makes that makes this make a difference. The type of augmentation. So
Also, it seems extremely expensive. I mean, ignoring the colorless mana, which makes it
you
even
mean
worse.
this augmentation here? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree because like basically with this, so the way this card works right now, you play this and you'll never activate its her own augment almost ever. You're just going to use your other augment creatures essentially.
Yeah, it's almost bad to use hers because hers is more expensive than everyone we've seen so far.
Yeah,
Even the fucking excuse me, even the 7 drop, I think was only 4.
yeah, that's right. And I mean, this one also requires 2 colorless, which means it's even harder to cast. Means you like
Yeah.
have to have, you like have to have two colorless mana sources somewhere in your deck. So yeah, I mean the fact that this doesn't actually give her any bonus outside of this, which already triggers off of other creatures, I think is a little falls a little flat for me. So, so yeah, either reduce this cost. I think a general augmentation should always give you some kind of a passive bonus. I mean, you could throw Ward 1 on here if she's augmented. You could throw all kinds of stuff on here. You could make her
Yeah.
an artifact, whatever. You could make her tap for colorless mana. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. So yeah, okay. But overall, I mean, this is a nice and simple card, and it's a fine design. It's a nice little augment payoff. So I do like that. There's again formatting issues. There's the no permanent bonus for augmenting. There's the colorless mana. So I think those are my main issues with this. Oh, and then there's the mech/bio augment distinction. So I think for me this is another 6 out of 10. But again, like the last card we saw, I like this one a lot better than the previous cards, and I think with a few adjustments, this card could become could become a pretty strong design.
Yeah, I actually completely agree. I'm gonna go with 6 out of 10 as well.
All right, so 6 out of 10 for Krevonia Head Librarian. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you next time.